この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Banana Fish, episode 21. It's the home stretch and I'm nervous. So, last time, sewers, escaping, some crazy mind games, I guess. Ash went into a museum, fought some people, killed some people. They're dead now. I guess people die when they are killed. Alright, let's redo this. Fought some people, killed some people. Oh god, I'm losing it. Okay. Fought some people, killed some people. Ended up doing an exchange for Yuelung and Eiji, and I guess all of the people that had been captured. Blanco was willing to exchange them. There was a great scene where Yuelung just like falls down the stairs and Blanco's like, "Ha, sucks for you, buddy." That was great. Yuelung got strangled with his own hair, which was pretty cool. I really wish that Ash had cut it off, but whatever. We'll get into that in the comments spotlight thing. But everything seems to be going okay-ish, right? Like, okay-ish. There were some pretty deep conversations about Ash's pessimism and stuff like that in the subway tunnels. Ash is real weak, but still a killer, you know? Still doing good stuff, or bad stuff, depending on your perspective. Let's see how this goes. Let's do a comment spotlight first. There were a bunch of really good comments, as there usually are, and I'm sure that there will be a bunch more filtering in, but from what is already there, I have chosen a few. First one comes from Speech is difficult. From Army Animal Nerd My Days. In China, possibly more than in any other culture, hair has long had strong political and social meaning. In ancient times especially, people cherished their hair as a symbol of self-respect. Hair was as highly valued as the body. Which, again, feeds into the idea that I was talking about where Ash could have cut Yuelung's hair braid thing. It's sort of like a queue. It's sort of like a queue, which would be where you shave most of your head and then, like, have the part in the back up like a ponytail thing. Yuelung's hair is kind of queue-like. And cutting that off would be really some nice weighty symbolism, but it didn't happen, so that's too bad. But yeah, Yuelung really values his hair, and there was another comment about this, which I'm not spotlighting, that Yuelung's always had a big focus on his hair. He's always either running his hands through it or like flipping it around, and it's clear that he cares a lot about that ornamentation, as it was put, that piece of his peacock's finery, if you will. And so I really think it would have been was a missed opportunity to have Ash like hold him by his hair and then cut the queue off and thus have him tumble down the stairs. That would have been fucking excellent, but it didn't happen, so headcanon, I guess. Anyway, second one comes from Fanny Reyes. Hi, Fanny. And I'm highlighting this so that I can just say it to all of you. But OMG Teeaboo, I'm in love with your reactions to this series. Please let me use fragments like this one in 3640 on my Twitter. I'll tag you. I just really need everyone in the fandom to know you. Please. Yeah, feel free to use any parts of my video. Anybody. I don't really care. Go ahead. You don't even have to tag me or anything. It's totally fine. Just like, these are public videos. You can take whatever you want. Unless you're a reaction mashup channel, in which case ask permission. Yeah. The third one is from Layla. And I just spotlighted this one because, well, you'll see. A banana fish upload on my birthday. Yep, I like it a lot. Thank you, sir. Happy birthday, Layla. And I was really proud of the comment section because there were like 10 people saying happy birthday to you. And that's really wholesome and it makes me feel good. So, happy birthday, Layla. I'm glad and I hope you enjoyed the video. And finally, Okabe Makise back at it again. I feel called out. Well, I have an AG icon on Discord, so when an Ash appeared on your server, we greeted each other with cute gifs, and yeah, we might have continued for a long time. You did. It's okay. What can I say? These last few episodes have been pretty dark, so it's healing. It's okay. Totally fine. That's why there's a Banana Fish channel on my Discord. That's what it's for. About the thing I wanted to say last time, this part is really great, but unfortunately I'm a little sad that after Ash left his apartment to forcibly join Dino, they cut part of Eiji's role in Ash's rescue. In general, Eiji has a sassy side in the manga that rarely shows up in the anime. That's one of the main reasons I usually suggest any Banana Fish fan to read the whole original series. It might be the same story, but it has a different atmosphere. Eiji is still the cute boy that everyone except Yue Lung, and he's kind of a tsundere, so Baka, loves, but when Ash disappears, the manga shows in a much clearer way that he is the one who decides to bring Ash's gang to Chinatown, talk to Xing and Yue Lung, and then he is basically the one who plans how to rescue Ash. We also see a part where he tries to learn how to shoot, and even if he's pretty bad, he's doing his best to be like Ash. Basically, in the manga, I got the feeling that without Ash, Eiji was trying to be a temporary boss to bring him back. I'm glad that Blanca is finally revealing more of his personality. It's clear he's pretty proud of Ash. Also, this Night at the Museum movie is always pretty cool to see. Oni-chan has definitely a different connotation in Japanese. Ash and Eiji never say it seriously. Ash uses it to tease Eiji because he's old. I actually wanted to do a little research about the use of this word in anime/manga, by the way, so I might have something new to say the next time here or on the Discord. Anyway, the second ED is openly romantic. Anyone who watches it and listens to the lyrics can't deny it. The madness of falling in love. No homo, though. I guess. Yeah, okay, great comment. Multiple parts to this. You and Ash on Discord are cute as fuck. You can keep doing what you're doing. The cutting out Eiji's sass is sort of yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. I did get the vibe that Eiji was like integral to the plans, even if he's not necessarily super useful as like a gunman. But the scenes with them in the I don't know where that was. It was in some hideout somewhere with Eiji being like, "We're gonna go and do it." That felt like it was there, but it didn't feel like he was masterminding the operation or really leading the gang. Actually, there was a scene where Eiji was walking with a couple of the other members of the gang, and that did feel like he was taking sort of a leadership role, but it wasn't super explicit or really well there. I can just read into it if I want to. Yeah, I think that's a little bit unfortunate, and I've seen some manga panels of sassy Ash and Eiji together, and it's very cute. So that is unfortunate that it's missing. I think that the anime's adaptation is pretty fine, but yeah, you're always going to lose things in translation. Blanca revealing his pride in Ash. Yeah, there's some something there. And I should probably read that one side story, Private Opinion, to figure out more about it. But yeah, Blanca is, Ash is his protege. And so even if it's working against you, how can you not be proud of your protege being good at what he does? Like, at the things that you've trained him to do. That's pretty cool. And on the Oni-chan thing, yeah, it's a joke between them. And I would go so far as to say it's like it's cute and romantic teasing. Like I read it completely the other way. Not so much as like, oh yeah, they totally think that they're just brothers and this is just a bromance. No. No. There was another comment on this video that was saying that Ash and Eiji don't seem to have any kind of romantic relationship or sexual interest in each other, and having seen a good bit of official art, I want to disagree with that. It's not even an undertone. It's like, it's explicit. They're sexually interested in each other, and romantically interested in each other. Sorry. That's the story. This is a love story. Like, it's pretty gay. And that's okay. Just saying. Alright, headphones. Ow, why do I always do that? Box my own ears. I'm an idiot. Oh god. Oh god, no. The internet will find out that I'm an idiot. No. My worst nightmare. Alright, let me make sure I'm recording correctly and pull this episode up. Episode 21, Much Ado About Banana Fish. God, I'm all over the place. Alright, start. I missed. Snore. Snore. Where's Eiji? Oh, okay, good. Hey, but what is that? Yeah, Ash doesn't normally wake up early. Mm-hmm.
これお守りだよ。
Oh.
日本を立つとき妹がくれたんだ。だけどこれ良縁って何考えてんだか。日本が恋しいか。ちょっとね。正直言うと。あの背の高い長髪の男。
Blanca?
君が姿を消したのはあいつが原因じゃないの。そんな悪い人には見えなかったけど。
He's just
あいつが聞いたらどんな面するか。あいつはプロの殺し屋だ。俺は人の殺し方をあいつに教わった。ディノの下で2年間。あいつは俺の教師だった。そんなすごいやつがユールンと。
I don't like that translation. Should have been that amazing a person or something similar. Hmm.
俺たち別々の車に乗せられたんだ。大変だ。チャイナタウンに戻れ。俺が行かなきゃ仲間は皆殺しだ。ユエルンはみんなを人質に俺を炙り出す気なんだ。落ち着けシン。今お前が戻っても皆殺しにされるだけだ。
That's pretty reasonable. No, dude. Yeah. 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 I guess. I've had experience looking after idiots. Back. This is an interesting shot. And an interesting turn by Shing to be pleading with Ash. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck you, eh? Lung, why? You're gonna try and turn him? He's gonna try and turn him. He's got his hair down, too.
このラオはね、シンの異母系なんだよ。ラオの死んだ母親はシンの母親の姉なのさ。
Oh.
我々とは違い、お前たちは仲のいい兄弟らしいな。弟を助けたくはないか、ラオ。あの青年に一体何をさせる？
Yeah. Kill Ash? Probably kill Ash. Uh-huh, and now you're using blood to cause... Hey, hey, wow, exactly. Hey, wait, somebody called somebody... Oh, okay, never mind.
奴らの監禁場所が割れたぜ。
Bunch of interesting stuff already. Hello.
おい待てシン、あのバカみんな。
6 minutes-ish?
しっかりしろ、俺だよ。
Fast cuts.
行くぞ。
Lots of quick cuts.
どうした？
Look pretty good too. We'll see on the frame by frame.
なんでもない。
Ooh. Ooh, I like that.
とても10代の少年とは思いません。
620-ish. Dino Screeno invested quite a bit in him. Mm-hmm. They're calling him his son.
頭さえ残っていればよい。
As long as his head is intact?
フォックス大佐。
Is another assassin or
お引き受けしましょう。
just some military guy
ちょっと出てくる。
who is clearly
なん
bad?
だその学校。
Yeah.
探しか。
野郎用だよ。
Who wears a gray-green suit?
助けてくれてありがとう。
Ash fucking Lynx, that's who. Right.
みんなタフだから大丈夫だと思う。
It almost looks like army.
言うなよ。
Yeah.
一つ聞いていいかな。ショーターもホアルンみたいに廃人にされたのか。
Worse.
そうなる前に俺が殺した。
Yeah. Oh, right, because the after effects are the fucked up shit.
俺アッシュとは戦えないよ。
Not the before. Okay, it's all fucked up.
俺一体どうすればいいんだ。
Did he? Oh, hey, buddy.
王さんを撃つなよ。
おっさん。
やっぱり戻ってきたな。エイジは無事か。
ああ。
For now.
あのデータと俺の首は無駄じゃなかったってわけだ。
おっさん。俺は。
Yeah,
まあ待てよ。
he gets it.
嫌味を言うために張ってたわけじゃない。
あんたずっとここに？
隣の部屋を借りてたんだ。と言ってもニューズウィークの金だがな。
首に
Yeah.
恩に着せるわけじゃないが、ぜひお前の力を借りたい。
More data?
オーナーはフランク・ザレブ。通称フロック。
Is it a different?
真上にあるペントハウスが奴の優さ。
羽振りが良さそうだな。
奴は子供の調達係だった。ディノの経営するクラブコットに子供を買いに来るのは政府高官や社会的地位の高い連中ばかり。そしてあそこへ来た奴は証拠写真を撮られる。無論ディノはそんなもので彼らをゆすったりはしない。保険さ。だがフロックは
小遣い稼ぎをしたってわけだな。
Hmm. So Frog has actually blackmailed some people. Ah, you never been to a gay bar before?
当たり前だろ。
Yeah.
クラブなんだから。ほら、
Dude.
俺の腰に腕回してカップルらしくするんだよ。あ
Ah.
んたの言い出したことだろうな。しろよ。尻を撫でられたぐらいで泣くことないだろう。俺の道を歩いてただけでレイプされそうになったことが何度もあるんだぜ。
女の気持ちがよーくわかったよ。セックスの的になるってな。
Yeah, it's not fun.
ちょっとトイレ。一人かい？一杯おごらせてもらえないかな。
Oh, that's the Colonel. Ash, your alarm bell's best be ringing.
それは残念だ。
Ding, 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 ding.
なんだあいつは。
ただのナンパだよ。
No.
ナンパだよ。俺ってもんがありながら。
Uh-huh.
ね。
来たぜ。
That's pretty cute.
なるほど。確かにカエルだな。
Oh, hey, buddy.
ってなかったな。フロッキー。
アッシュ、なんで生きて？
地獄から舞い戻ったのさ。
Hmm.
証拠写真はどこにある？
もうねえよ。
Bullshit.
嘘をつくなよ。ずいぶん景気が良さそうじゃないかい。お前があんなうまい商売をそう簡単に諦めるはずがない。お前たちはゲラゲラ笑いながら俺たちをレイプしてな。あの時のシャッター音が今でも聞こえるんだ。感謝。感謝。
So he's looking for pictures of himself?
よしアッシュ。
Yeah, you were about to pull that trigger.
助けてくれ。これで全部だ。 俺が持ってるのは
Okay.
お前の写真も頼むパパディノには
Blow his kneecaps
安
out.
心しな。死人は口が硬いんだぜ。
くそ
Nah. Yes, no kneecaps. That's too bad.
なんだ
Oh, hey, Colonel. He's gonna clean up, isn't he?
彼とどんな話をされたのかな
Clean up crew.
豚野郎
悪かった、おっさん。危うく殺すところだった。
Yeah, you were real close. It's understandable,
辛いこ
though.
とをさせてすまなかった
Yeah.
ありがとうアッシュこの少年たちの人権には十分配慮するよ
俺の写真を使えばいい。
Mm.
俺は死んだ人間だ。今さら恥もない。
He's gonna burn him? Wow, so Ash offers...
もう忘れろ
Offers to have that exposed in order to bring down bigger evil.
だったらもう思い出すな
Max refuses.
こういうものにもうお前は支配される必要はないんだ
Burning the past. There's some symbolism there. Yeah. Whoa. Yep, Colonel took care of him.
なんだこんなとこにいたのかよエイジが探してたぜ
中国人たちはどうしてる？
どうって別に
おかしいと思わないか？
あ
監禁場所はすぐにわかる場所だったし、それが罠で真を捉えるつもりだったなら、なぜあんなに警備が手薄だったんだ？
Hmm.
そう言われりゃ確かに
The bait is the trap itself.
まさか考えすぎだぜだってあの連中は真が一番
Poison bait.
ボスキラー B が襲われた
What?
しっかりしろ
No, not Killer
ボ
B.
ス誰にやられた中国人か違うスーツを着た白人の男たちだったゴルチネの手下か
大変だ！今度はハーレムチキンがやられた！
畜生なんで俺たちのたまり場を知ってやがんだお前たちの誰かが裏切ったんじゃねえだろうななんだとよせケインすまなかった今のは忘れてくれ
Cool.
とにかく襲われた店に行って
But yeah, there's a rat.
さっきの話は内密にしてくれ。今は仲間割れしてる時じゃない。
Yeah.
ただしあいつらから目を離すなよ。
畜生なんてこった
5.56 ミリの標準カードだ。アサルトライフルで武装してたとなると突発的な
Just like before. Oh, shit.
戻ってきやがったのかケイン今だ行けこっちだアッシュ早くダメだ戻れ
Fuck. I hope Kane doesn't die here. I kind of like
ど
him.
うしたんだ撃ってこないぞ
引き上げたらしい。
どういうことだ
おちょくられたのさ。
散々殺しておいでかふざけやがって何してる
指紋を取った。
やっぱ地獄から舞い戻ったってのは本当だったのか
This guy. Who this?
なんだ
Have we seen him before? I feel like we have. Maybe not.
反撃を期待しているよあまり早く型がついてはハンティ
Hmm.
ングの楽しみがなくなるからななんてひでえことを畜生警告かそれとも
Did they cut his arms off?
けどめ場所を変えた方がいいなダウンタウンに戻れば
That's fucked.
今大人数で移動するのはかえって危険だ。やるなら奴らが攻めてきたどさくさを狙う。やっぱりな。
どうした
奴らの正体が分かった。軍人だ。
元コルシカ駐屯の外人空挺部隊傭兵か
間違いない。ディノが雇ったんだ。
Hmm.
2004年に死亡。過激派テレ組織の拠点を襲撃後、撤収中に輸送機
So they've all faked their deaths?
部隊は全滅。指揮官はエドワルド・エル・フォックス。
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. That guy who hit on you.
おいすぐ戻れ
Shit, Max is in trouble.
おっさん
Yeah, no!
あルヨウジン
Oh no! Get the fuck out of there. Okay, thank God that guy can't shoot. And Ash can. Okay. Oh, there was a bullet
ロバート
hole there at
しっかり
16.
しろ奴らデータを狙ってきやがった安心しろ喋っちゃいないああもういいから
例のデータは
銀行の貸金庫だ
あんたも俺たちのところに来た方がいい
Okay.
奴らはあんたを狙う
Okay.
護衛をつけるんだいいな
そんな厄介な相手なのか
死人だよ俺と
Ah, Is that?
あん
Yeah.
たジェシカかい俺たちはアッシュリンクスの仲間
Hello, you're in danger. Oh, fuck.
何すんだ
そんな話通じると思ってんの？マックスはどこ？
怒るとシワが増えるぜおばさん
あんたとは二度と会いたくなかった。
Yeah, too bad.
ジェシカやっぱり来やがった
Ah,
エイジ、当たり前でしょ。
ah,
護衛をつけるなんて言われて黙ってられるわけないじゃないの。
マイケルはどうしたんだ子供を追っ払ってきたのか
姉のところよ。連れてくる方がよっぽど危ないわ。
危険だって言ったろ
ああうるせえ結婚なんて
来
絶
るなって言ったからよ。
ah.
同感
信じられないわ。マインドコントロールする
Yep.
薬なんて。
俺だってこの目で見なきゃ信じなかったさ
Yeah, it's bad news.
大した子ね。あれで憎ったらしい口さえ聞かなきゃ可愛いのに。
I don't know the meaning of the word.
問題は
He
どう
really
攻め
doesn't.
てくるかいくつかパターンはあるが多すぎて絞り込めないもし選択を間違えればそこで終わり
Ash playing 4D chess here.
どれなんだくそ
アッシュ一杯やらないかミネラルホットウォーターだけど
悪くないな
今度の
Hot
手は
mineral
どうすんだね
water? Like fizzy water?
外人部隊のせい
Hot?
だ
No.
傭兵かすごいな
ただの殺人鬼さあいつは人を殺したくて仕方ないんだだから戦場は好都合なのさ合法的に人が殺せる
嫌なやつだな
たく
A true monster,
わざわ
huh?
ざ出かけてって人を殺したいってやつの気持ちがわかんねえよ俺なんか殺したくなくたって向こうが殺しに来やがるっての
まったくだね
ああマジで変わってもらいてえよ
もし変わっちゃったとしたらどうする君が僕らを駆り立てるとしたら
Ah, put yourself in his
こんな
shoes.
割に合わねえ仕事は引き
Yeah,
受けね
but
え
say you did.
それでもやんなきゃいけないから
How would you do
もう
it?
一度俺たちの弱点を徹底的に分析し直すそうか俺か俺の正確な位置を知るためにはまず指揮系統を混乱させてもし俺が奴なら司令部隊を揺さぶって動きを探る
Oh, you mean like killing some like Kane's dudes?
アッシュの言った通りだ北の広場の入り口に集まってきてやがるぜ
どうしてわかった
エイジに聞けよ500メートル地点にそれぞれ1チームずつ V 字フォーメーションで移動してるおそらくその後ろには扇形に布陣した主力部隊がいるはず
どうする
Man, if only you had a sniper.
3区4区のグループは地下水路を通って脱出しろ俺たちはここに踏みとどまって応戦しできるだけ敵を引きつけて2区北から撤退する
Damn, turning this place into a war zone.
勝機はある48時間後に6番埠頭の倉庫で合流だいいな
Mm.
急げ時間がないぞ
I like that map's eye view.
仲間を頼んだぞ
任せとけあんたも死ぬなよ
犬死にする気はないさ
不当で会おうぜ
48時間後に
あ
私も一緒に残るわ。
ダメだ俺たちにはマイケルがいるんだ二人一緒よりは生き残る確率が高い
分かったわ。48時間後よ。
大佐、敵の主力部隊が2区に移動を始めたようです。
時間を稼ぐつもりかいい判断だなよし一斉突入だ
来るぞ。奥へ逃げろ。早く。
Maybe stay in cover. Thank God they have Stormtrooper aim. Gonna jump it? Oh, this could be real cool. That's pretty cool. Okay.
チャンスだぜ。今なら足もいない。
ん？
今はまずい。
ん？
リー・ユエルに言われたことを忘れたのか。
Decides to see my
悪いけど
life.
戻るわ。
Yeah. Uh-oh.
悔しいけどまだ愛してんの。
Oh, Jessica, no. You're gonna get yourself killed, though.
しょうがねえなったく。 これで人暴れできら。待てし。あいつらを頼むってアッシュに言われてんだ。
Okay.
あとは頼むぜ。ラオ。
Who are you gonna trust?
撤退だ。弾に余裕のある者は前に出て弾幕を張る。
Oh, did Bones just get... No! Fuck! Oh, no. Oh, no. Ash.
この状況がわかる。
Oh, fuck.
投降したまえ。
Yeah, there's... There's no way to fight your way through that. You will. No, it's a false decision. But he's gonna surrender anyway. Yep. They want Ash alive, so again kidnapped by Dino. I don't think he has a choice. Arrgh. The Undefeated. Oh, I've heard of that. Who's that by? The Undefeated. Book. Fitzgerald? No, don't think so. Hemingway? Hemingway. Yeah. It's a short story by Ernest Hemingway. Okie dokie. Oh, this is the one with the bullfighter. Main character is a bullfighter who recently got out of the hospital and is now looking for work. He gets hired by an old promoter for a fight and is strongly discouraged by his friend to keep fighting bulls, and he is injured while fighting his first bull of the night. So, like, out of the frying pan into the fire, just got done getting healed up, this works thematically. Like, just got done getting away and saving everybody and dealing with Yue Lung, and you're captured again. Fuck. Okay, there was a lot of cool stuff in this episode. Let's go through the notes real quick. So there were some things to talk about. Yes, I am an idiot. You did this good luck charm from AG, from AG's sister. Is Blanca a bad guy? That's an interesting one. And it has a parallel to this colonel that we've now met. Is this colonel a bad guy? Blanca is just a hitman for hire. Yes, the fact of the matter is that he kills people for money, right? Like, that's not so good. Does that make him necessarily evil, though? Or is he just a tool? I'd be more inclined to say that Blanca is a tool. In the same way that a gun is not inherently evil, the person pulling the trigger usually is. Blanca is not inherently evil. He's just doing what he does. Right? And I know. It's not exactly easy to justify being a hitman. But if that's what he's doing, well, why is he doing it? Not because he hates, not out of hatred or, well, potentially greed. Or, like, connivingness or evil motivations, per se. but just because that's what he do. So he's a tool, right? And I don't know. Yeah, something like that. So this Lao character, I'm not sure what's being built up here, but what it seems to be is that Yue Lung has managed to turn this Lao character into both an information source for himself and he's a plant. So they've got some plan there in the sewer tunnel that he and one of the other Chinese guys was talking about, which I assume is the plan to overthrow, I don't know, like to overthrow Xing? That doesn't seem to make sense because he and Xing are like brothers, right? And we had that whole sequence with with Blanca sort of rebuking Yue Lung for causing suffering using someone else's blood ties. Which was nice. I mean, I actually didn't expect them to explicitly state what I was thinking at that point, but then the next line was exactly that from Blanca, so that was cool. Yue Lung is likened to a devil. Right. This was by Max, I think. Or maybe it was by Kane, I don't remember. But Yue Lung was likened to a devil behind a beautiful face, kind of like Ash, as he's always been likened to a devil. Yeah, and then we get into some other stuff and some things that I wanted to look at. So let's skim the episode, shall we? Okay, mute, and let's skimify. Yeah, waking up. Got this good luck charm. Eiji on the roof with the good luck charm. I don't know how to read into this. Yeah. Not really sure how to read this. But then it transitions into explaining who Blanca is to Eiji. Things that we already knew. And I kind of like this. That this explanation occurs and it's like... It's not over the top with the explanation. It's a conversation that makes sense to have happened between Eiji and Ash, and it's all information that we already knew. So, like, I have an issue with characters talking to each other, giving exposition to the audience. It's something that I generally think is indicative of poor writing. Subjective, of course, but I generally think that when you have two characters have a conversation where they're just like, yes, we have been going... the example that I go to is Sword Art Online, because there was an episode in the most recent series of Sword Art Online, which I've dropped since it's terrible. There was an episode where we do like a 2-year time skip, and then the episode immediately after the time skip, two of the characters are just like walking around town and literally telling each other all the shit that they've been up to for 2 years. Like, yes, we have been going to this school for 2 years, and you are the protege of this character who we'll never meet. And yes, and you are the protege of this character who we will meet. And it's just so groan-inducing because it's clear what's being done. What's being done is we as the audience are being filled in. The problem with it is there's no reason for these two characters who already know all of this information to be sharing it with each other, except to share it with us, right? And so it's like you can feel the writer behind it, and that's never good. You never want to feel like you're watching or reading a story that has been written for you. You want to feel like it's a story that's actually happening, right? Otherwise, you get pulled out of it and you're aware, oh shit, I'm reading a book, or I'm reading a manga, or I'm watching a piece of media that was created to entertain me. And that's not what we find entertaining. What we find entertaining is a semblance of reality that we can dive into and that appears to us to be a reality that sucks us in. You know, we use all this language of us being there to describe things that we really enjoy because that's what it feels like. It feels like we're in a place, we are taken somewhere else by the work. Oh, God. There was... I want to find this because it's so damn good. It's just so damn good. It was a paragraph that somebody in another Discord server posted, and it was It was at the end of a pretty long conversation in this Discord. There are always debates in this Discord about objectivity and like ways of viewing media. It's a fun Discord to be in, and most of these debates go nowhere. But this post was really nice. Yeah. Nyard writes, I agree with Miki that there's wrong ways to watch a thing. You could watch it like Mahler and not get it, sweat emoji, or you could watch it like me when I was watching K-On! The first time, getting hung up on what I falsely assumed were shallow shitty tropes, which led me to stop engaging with the work at face value. And that's what I'm saying. Engaging with art is more akin to the process Thunderer describes, where yourself merges with the work, fully engaging with every part of it. This is pretty abstract, but in totality it just means that everything the work hands out becomes reality and surrounds you for the moment of consumption, and every part is meaningfully placed by a god whose intentions you are trying to grasp at, and you are living the life that this god has handed you. It's hard to make sense of the true intentions, and maybe God is dead, death of the artist, but you're there to make sense of this foreign world, this piece in which you are diving. I thought that was really fucking poetic, and so shoutouts to Nyard on that server. You probably will never watch this because I don't think you care about banana fish. But I thought that was really poetic and a great way of phrasing the way that I feel about engaging with media. Because when a piece of media really speaks to you, you willingly suspend your disbelief and are sucked into this world. And in this paragraph, the god that he's talking about is the author, or the artist, the person who has created this world out of whole cloth from their imagination. And like, when you read a really well-constructed story, it feels like a well-constructed reality. In the same way that a well-constructed, multi-layered game can suck you in and make you feel like you're actually a character in the world. An easy example would be Dark Souls. The world has so much depth and care in it that you feel like you are a part of it, and you willingly suspend your disbelief to go and explore on Orlando and like all of this amazing stuff that's going on. But all of this stems from just my saying that when you feel a writer behind the scenes, when you feel the gears turning behind a piece of work, that can very often take you out of it if you recognize it and if you see it happening. And for the same reason, I think that's the same reason that we dislike cliches, right? In this same discussion, there was a conversation about killing a dog, right? Because kicking the dog or killing the dog is a time-honored cliche and a great easy way to set up a character as villainous, because most of the time, most people watching a piece of media will immediately be like, doggy, I like doggy. And then you kill the dog, it's like, you bad, you killed doggy. No. The most recent example of that I saw was in Gunm, or Gunma, the OVA series that Alita Battle Angel, which was a recent Hollywood thing, was based off of. Out of nowhere, the main character just like is walking through this desolate wasteland, this really shitty shanty town, basically, and a dog just comes up to her and is like, ha, ha, I'm a dog, and you're like, oh, cute doggy. And then she and Doggy hang out for like half the episode, and then they go somewhere and Big Bad appears and Big Bad chops up Doggy and its guts go flying everywhere and it's fucking terrible. And then she reaches down and wipes her finger in its blood and paints like war paint on her face in the doggy's blood and then beats the shit out of Bad Dude. It's fucking awesome, but it's an easy cliche. It's something that's trite and easy to reach to because it immediately sells you, if you buy into it, it immediately sells you that this character bad. Must defeat character who bad. But it's easy. You feel the writer behind it going, how do I make this character bad? Well, we can have him kill a dog. That'll work, because it will. But once you've seen it 10 or 20 or 30 times, you're like, well, all of these writers are reaching for the same easy solution to make a character feel bad. I don't think Banana Fish really, to bring this back to Banana Fish, because I'm going way off tangent, I don't think Banana Fish really falls into a lot of these traps, these tropey traps. And this is not to say that tropes are necessarily a bad thing, but tropes can become cliches when they are so easy and you're so quick to reach for them. Another example from SAO would be rapey guy. And this is a good way to bring it back to Banana Fish. Okay, perfect. So, Reki Kawahara can't write villains. Reki Kawahara is the guy who wrote the original light novels for Sword Art Online, one of the most popular, and he's rolling in money because he wrote this thing that people resonated with and liked, and he happened to release it at like the right time because VR and virtual worlds were on everyone's mind, and he released an isekai anime about getting trapped in a VR game. Or not anime, light novel, which quickly got an anime adaptation because a bunch of producers were like, this is perfect. It was a pretty popular light novel. It's shit. The anime was a pretty popular anime. It's shit too. One of the reasons it's shit, and there are many, one of the reasons it's shit is because Reki Kawahara cannot write villains. He cannot make you genuinely dislike somebody, a character, without having them do tropey bullshit. And so what he almost always reaches for is rapey guy. Like, that is his villain archetype, is rapey guy. How do we make this character feel bad? Well, he's gonna rape your favorite character, or try, or come real close. And this happens. Actually, it happens with some side characters in the first SAO season. There's a side character who's a rapey guy, and then in 2, there's a rapey guy. In 3, there's a rapey guy. In Alicization, there are 2 rapey guys, and they both get bopped. Basically, it's just using sexual abuse as an easy justification for the main character to go and kill dude. Because main character has to be a badass and has to kill bad dudes, so how do you justify going and killing a bad dude? Well, you make him a rapey guy, and then the viewer's like, yeah, kill him. Get him. Blood sport. Ah. But, to bring this, I've said this 3 times now, to bring this back to Banana Fish, it doesn't fall into those traps. It's not like Dino is a rapey guy because that's an easy way to sell us that he's bad. It's that Dino is a rapey guy because he is a complicated villain, and one of the facets of his villainousness is his lust for power. Literally lust. For power, control, domination. And yes, it's used as a shorthand later for showing that characters like Froggy, for example, we're shown that Froggy had a hand in Ash's trauma, and so we don't feel too bad when Froggy gets killed by the Colonel, but it's not just being like a write-off. It's not just like, how do we kill this guy? Well, make him rapey, and then everybody will accept it. Nah, that's too easy. Banana Fish goes a little bit deeper than that, and for that I appreciate it. Okay. Tangent over. I don't even know what I was talking about. Whatever. I hope you enjoyed it. And we have barely started the discussion. Yeah, so there was this line that I didn't like the translation of. Okay, so he says Sono sagoi yatsuka yuelung to. Yeah, so it's I'm not a fan of this translation as like, so that good a guy, because that implies like moral good, and this is just a minor nitpick really, but translators, it's more important to capture the feeling behind the words than it is to translate literally. So in this case, he's saying such an amazing guy is now Yuelung To, so like with Yuelung. So the second half of this is fine, is with Yuelung, but to say good a guy is not quite right, because AG isn't expressing that Blanca is good. He's expressing that Blanca is amazing, in that, you know, he's Ash's mentor, right? So if he is as good or better than Ash at killing, then he is amazing at it, right? So yeah. Like a person that amazing or that great a fighter or something. Anything that captures that kind of sentiment would be really nice here. That good a guy implies that Blanca is a good guy, and then throws into question the really interesting question that occurred just before this: is Blanca a good guy? So that's a little bit unfortunate. Again, a super minor nitpick though. Then we shing, and then there's this opening. Blah 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 blah. Opening. Okay. All right. Shing wakes up. He's immediately worried about his dudes, and Ash shuts him down immediately. Again, looking out for him. I told you to calm down. You need to rest. You've saved me many times. I'll save your dudes. It'll be fine. And then this sort of cute jab at AG, like, you should take care of him. You're good at it. And he's like, yeah, I wonder whose fault that is. I've had to get good at it. You keep getting hurt. This scene I quite like. I like the angle of it. I like the way it's shot. I like just about everything about it. It's not like the best animation or the best art that I've ever seen. There's this slight blur on Ash, which is kind of nice, showing, you know, because our focus is on is on Shing at the moment. And he is grabbing at Ash's shirt and genuinely pleading to Ash. And so our camera angle is from way up above Ash's head. Not way up, but like a couple feet above Ash's head, looking down on the both of them. So we're sort of from Ash's point of view, in a sense. Like, he is standing tall, Shing has been brought low, and is no longer trying to stand up against Ash, which he was just a scene ago. Right? So he's standing up against Ash, standing tall. Then he buckles. I think that's really effective, because Shing is a rather proud character. Not as proud and vain and haughty as Yue Lung, to be certain, but he's proud in that he thinks well of himself and wants to, like, and thinks he's doing the right thing by trying to protect his guys. And so to beg Ash, this person who he initially hated and initially tried to kill because Ash let Shorter die, or actually killed him, it's kind of cool. It's a good turn. And then we transition into Yue Lung killing people, and he looks real evil. So, okay, actually, this is interesting. We are from above, right? Looking down past Ash at Shing. Past Ash down at Shing. And then we transition to... There are some things in between, but then we transition to looking up at Yue Lung. And of course, we're from the perspective of the guy whose head he's holding a gun to, sort of. We're a little off to the side and forward, because of the way that we can see the gun. But, like, opposites in terms of framing and positioning. Ash in the bottom left corner, Yue Lung in the top right, looking down past Ash, looking up at Yue Lung. Intimidating versus, like... How do I describe the shot of Ash there? It's sort of like if we're behind a throne and there's a king sitting on it, right? And there's somebody, a supplicant, coming up before the throne to ask for something. That's sort of the vibe that I get from that scene. And then the reverse would be we're in the perspective of the supplicant and the king is saying no. In this case, Yue Lung being the king. Blanca's just watching how Yue Lung does business. Yikes. And then, damn, he looks scary. It's pretty great. We're looking down at this guy who, he saved some people earlier, right? He pushed them into the water or something like that. Yeah. So there was like a slow build up for his character. I like it. Nice. Disapprove of blah blah blah. So, right. You brothers seem to be unlike us. You brothers seem to be close. So then he uses that. Blood has made you suffer more than anything, and now you use it to cause suffering to others. And this pokes right at the heart of Yue Lung's issues. Like, bruh, you're worse than those that you hate. That's a cool bit of animation. It's nicely timed. Thwam. Yeah. What's the audio like for that?
血の絆によって人を陥れるのですか
Yeah, it's nice. Cool Foley. Believably hitting the side of the inside of a car. I like it. So then we've got peeps coming in. Yeah, this set of cuts is pretty cool. Okay, I was just checking to make sure that my subtitle track was still okay. So what happens here? We start to open the door. We pull the latch. Okay. Reach for the handle. Okay. Open it. A little bit of motion blur there. Like here around his arm. And here as well for whatever reason. And then we instantly start shaky camming. Okay, cool. So that gives us our impact. And then we go zoomy shaky cam. This guy falling through. Nice. Guy's getting hit. I like the way that table kind of explodes as this guy falls back onto it and this guy gets up behind it. It's kind of nice. All right, then we get weird background movement. Yeah, weird background movement. I love that. I love that. That there's motion blur on the slide of this gun as it fires. That's really crispy. You know what I mean? That's like, it's crispy. Yeah, you hardly see it when it's playing at full speed, but it's there. Also, there was some cool smear as Ash brings that gun around. Let me try and frame by frame it and capture it. Bop, 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 bop. Yeah, weird background movement. Not sure I love that. Yeah, look at that smear. And snaps into place. I quite like that. Boom. Yeah, it's literally one frame. It's not even 2 frames. It's 1 frame. Remember I talked earlier about like using multiple frames of something to give a feeling of slowing down or like hanging in the air in that particular instance. In this case, we're using the variable frame rate of anime to make this scene incredibly fast. There are almost no duplicate frames. There's a duplicate, triplicate, boom, bam. 1 frame. 1 frame for a muzzle flash. Yeah, it just looks like a flash. It's pretty cool. I really like this particular camera movement here. Let's see if I can capture it as well. So we move the gun, right? We do like a shaky cam off of the muzzle flash to give it some more impact. We move the gun with nice motion blur and stuff, and then we immediately move the camera to fixate on where the gun is pointed. This is kind of cool. It's just a little visual trick, but it's making it look like Ash is moving faster than the camera. If the camera just moved with the gun, then this would kind of look like an FPS. But because it happens a frame later, it's like gun goes here and then our eyes adjust. And it's really nice. I don't know. I like it. Bam. Shaky cam. Gun moves. We start moving. And we go blurry in between. I think this is a really well executed sequence. Had a good execution. Hey, puns. There was some cool motion blur on Xing as he runs. Yeah, oh, that's actually just artificial blur. Like the same kind of camera blur stuff. And then it slows down and gets less prominent as we go static, which is nice. Ooh, that's actually really, really nice. As he runs up to this wall and stops himself on it. And then pulls back to open the shutter. Yeah, this whole sequence goes by so quickly. But it's really good. Oh! And this is something that I wish more media would do. Hold a freeze frame of a character moving through a space. Bam. And then instantly transition to it on a monitor. We immediately know what's going on. We immediately know that Golzine is looking at Ash as he runs rampant. It's pretty awesome, and it's a great way to introduce us to this colonel who's watching this occur and sort of praising his prey. Yuelong is here. They're calling Ash his son. As long as his head is brought back. All right. Also, just the super desaturated tone of this scene. He actually reminds me of Inspector monster anime Inspector Lung? Inspector Lung. Let me pull up a picture. Yeah. Window capture. Yeah. This guy. Heinrich Lung. This guy. He's real weird inspector dude, and if anything, like, for a large portion of the series, he's the most prominent antagonist, because like Johan's the main antagonist of Monster, but he's kind of like a demon and sort of inhuman. And Lung is not really that. He's not an inhuman character. He is kind of emotionless, and he's not evil. Like, this is an important point for Lung. He's not evil. He's just misguided. He thinks mechanically, and so every piece of data that he takes in, he like stores it in a computer inside his head. It's one of his quirks. Like, whenever he's interviewing people, he'll be like doing this with one of his hands, and he's like typing it into his brain. By the way, go and watch Naoki Urasawa's Monster if you like deeply thematic. Really, actually, I would say that Naoki Urasawa's Monster is probably the closest show to Banana Fish that I have ever seen. In terms of presentation, it does a lot of things better than Banana Fish, let's be real. It also has a much longer runtime, so it can. But, especially its villain. Its villains are so enticing, and it weaves this really interesting narrative. But anyway, I don't want to spoil any of that, but, like, the main antagonist is this beautiful boy. He's evil Ash, okay? He's evil Ash. He's this beautiful boy named Johann Liebert, and he is Satan incarnate, basically. Not like in a metaphysical sense, but he is an evil human being, and he likes twisting people and playing with them. And the main character is this doctor, Dr. Tenma, who is a Japanese doctor living in Germany whose life gets fucked over because he saves Johann Liebert's life. This would-be Hitler. The premise is basically, what if you saved Adolf Hitler as a child and then realized he was a monster? Well, you'd go after him and try to kill him. A doctor trying to take a life. It's so wonderfully put together. I can't even do it justice. Anyway, Lung is just this inspector guy who becomes obsessed with this case, and because the data points that he gets aren't quite right, he makes the wrong assumptions and assumes that Tenma, for example, is the bad guy. Like, really the bad guy. And so he's after him. But him as sort of like a desaturated character in this world, as grayed out, reminds me a lot of... I see a parallel between him and this guy. Not so much in terms of personality, though. This guy's got a bit more... Well, Lung is a more interesting character. Sorry. Monster's really good, and a surprisingly small number of people have watched it, so you should go and watch it. Also, Semblance of Sanity, SOS Bros, are doing a long, ongoing reaction series to it. I think they're coming up on the end at this point. I watched a bunch of it with them, or rewatched a bunch of it with them, but then I dropped it after a while because I got real busy making my own reactions. Happens. Okay. Right, this conversation about was shorter messed up like Hualung is. So just to clarify what I was talking about when that happened, yes, but no, because the thing that Hualung was once Banana Fish has run its course, brain death. While Banana Fish is running its course, evil shorter. Evil. Yeah. Shing's becoming an interesting character. Yeah, this reveal of Max is pretty cool. And, you know, him being pretty cool with the whole situation. Like, yeah, we understood. It's fine, man. Like, you fucked up our day, that's for sure, but you didn't really have much choice, so hope that data was useful. AG's safe, so that's all that matters to them. And then we get this this pretty cool setup across from the gay bar, Froggy's place. I like it. I like it. And we've got this setup that Froggy does have the blackmail pictures, and then we go kind of goofy with the whole put your arm around me, and this walk is real funny. And then I haven't seen anything quite like this in Banana Fish yet, and I really like it. This cut to really well constructed still frame. What am I watching recently that has these? I don't know. But this really sells him as being all depressed and stuff, and then we sort of zoom out from this after Ash says, "Stop crying, he just grabbed your butt," to the same scene, but in Banana Fish style. It's pretty cool. And then, yeah, Ash is like, dude, that's nothing. I almost just get raped just walking the streets. Also, this is super relatable. So I'll talk about it in just a moment. It's a nasty thing being targeted for sex. Yes, it is. So I am often mistaken for being gay. It happened all throughout college, and anywhere I'm in public, it just happens. Like, okay. I'm straight. Gay guys hit on me. After a little while, it's not so flattering. It can get real creepy. So, ladies, I know there are a lot of you watching. I'm sorry for guys. Yeah. Shit sucks. So I've been in this situation, not in a gay bar, but getting hit on by guys is not fun, especially when they're drunk. It's really not fun. They can be real pushy. It's like, yeah, I'm not interested. Sorry. So then, this is a cool reveal because we know, and this Colonel guy knows, but Ash does not know, and he will learn later. And here we've got this from above shot, from below shot, and we're looking at Ash from Colonel's perspective, right? Looking down at him. Cool shot of Ash in the purple light. Yeah, pretty neat. And then we're looking at this guy from Ash's perspective, looking up at him, the distinctive scar on his cheek. It's pretty well done. I like it. Just a guy hitting on me. And then that gets played off as a gag. And bottles of Johnny Walker over here. You can tell because of the classic slanted label. He does look like a frog. So he walks through, and then we immediately go to busting him through a door and pointing a gun at him. And then Ash gets caught up in his own head. You could see this in his eyes. He's like, I think they really sold the emotions. Also, the background behind him. Like, from this angle, immediately behind his head is this bookshelf, right? Bookshelf with some colorful books on it. They're pretty desaturated in the low light that we're being shown here. But that's not in this background. There is no background here. The background is gray and staticky and sort of like mad brush strokes of gray and black in a gradient. We're in Ash's head. Already, even before we transition to actually being in Ash's head, we're in Ash's head. And now we're in Ash's head. So, Froggy's face is the face of a grown-ass man who raped Ash repeatedly while taking pictures of him. Also, I really like this wavy effect that we've got going on, and how the glowing eyes of an evil person and the camera's lens being a spiral. Actually, you know what? I know why they did this. Because if they were to draw this more realistically, the camera's lens would reflect what we can't see in a TV anime, which is a boy getting raped. And so instead we have a spiral. It works. Good choice. Because it would look real janky if they just did a blank camera lens not pointed at anything. That might throw people off. But doing this as though it's like a thing that's intended, and the camera is like a void, and it's like evil, and swirly and stuff. That works. That's really good. I like it. And Ash gets real caught up in this and is about to kill him. He gets snapped out of it by Max, so thank goodness Max is here with him. They're yours, don't shoot me, scum. I really thought that Ash was going to like, pop a cap in his ass. Not kill him, but seriously wound him. But there's no need for that because the Colonel is here. And we're shown, just now, repeatedly this very specific tattoo on his hand, which leads to us... that comes after the burning scene. It leads to us seeing the hand in the garbage and knowing exactly who it is. Not that we didn't know that he was dead, because the Colonel arrived and was definitely going to kill him, but it works. Okay. Burning the pictures. This is interesting. So the last piece of hard evidence that Max had was taken away from him by Ash, because Ash needed it to save Eiji. The second piece of hard evidence that he and the journalist and his Newsweek guys have gotten are these pictures from Froggy, and Ash gives him permission. You know, I'll make sure the rights of these boys are protected. I won't reveal their names or anything. Ash says, just use my pictures. It's totally fine. I'm a dead man anyway. I know he's saying, like, the world already thinks I'm dead and I'm playing dead and stuff, but yikes, that's maybe some foreshadowing. But also some nice thematic stuff to mix in with the Colonel being a dead guy. Anyway, I'm already a dead man. Nothing could shame me. Go ahead and release these pictures to the public if you need that hard evidence to sell this story. Worth it. And Max burns the pictures. The second piece of hard evidence that he had. Hard fought, hard won. Not as important as leaving it behind them. Also, I really like the way that the lighting in this scene changes. It's kind of nice. Forget everything. The past is the past. But I guess you would have already if you could. Yeah. He's got those pictures in his head. And they're from his angle. Not pretty. You don't have to be controlled by this anymore. Interesting. But he is controlled by it still. He thirsts for this revenge, and there are still people coming after him. He doesn't have that much of a choice. It's too bad. Cool somber scene. And then into hand in the garbage. Ash starts to express some dismay. Right? People have been shooting up places. Shit's fucked. Because the Colonel is moving. 556 rounds. They arrive, shoot up the place. Is bad. Who is this guy? We've seen him before, right? Maybe he was just showed quickly? He's like an informant type, right? Something like that? Or is he the gun dealer? No. I don't know. Somebody let me know. Thank you. This guy has his arms cut off, doesn't he? Unless they're just behind his back. Maybe they're just behind his back. I get the impression that his arms are cut off at the shoulders, like the guy in the garbage, right? Making a statement. Fuckers. They're having fun. Yeah. Then he starts to find out who these people are. William Joseph Green. That they are all dead. They were stationed in Corsica. Now they are Corsican mercenaries. And he sees this guy and freaks out a little bit because he's met him before. Which means that Max has also met him. Which means that Max is under fire. So Ash goes running. Yeah. Fighto, fighto. Yeah. Jessica. Bam! Oh, poor Bones. Wonder why she's become involved in this story. Also, we go into their marital struggle again, and it's played as a joke. Okay. And then, of course, it becomes more somber and kind of cute. Ash starts playing 4D chess. AG helps. Warm mineral water. Why? And then we talk about these mercenaries. Nothing but crazy serial killers. All they want to do is kill. Because they're in the war because they can lawfully kill during a war. Yeah, not good people. This is also in stark contrast to Blanca, who has run away from his job as a hitman to an extent, and only been dragged back by old ties. So, if we posit that this Colonel guy is a bad fucking person, clearly, Blanca, who doesn't seem to have any desire, like innate desire to kill, I think there's a case to be made that he's not a bad guy. At least he's in the gray area. Not that he's like a shining beacon of hope and justice or anything. He's in the gray zone. Yeah. And then Ash is on the other side of that gray zone. He's kind of in the white, which is that everyone that we've seen him kill so far has been in self-defense or righteous retribution. And of course, who's to say what's righteous or not, but we generally get behind vigilante characters, so... Yeah, and then AG starts poking at him. I understand. Stir up the leaders, see how they'd react. They figure out the plan. I don't really understand that, but whatever. So Ash comes up with a plan. I like this shot from... I called it a map's eye view. I'll stick with that. From below with them on all four sides of the screen. It's pretty nice. I like it. I like this camera angle. It's probably the best camera angle you could choose for that shot. Like, a bunch of people gathered around a thing on a table. What else are you going to use? You going to use from straight down? Backs people's heads? Or are you going to use from one of the sides? That's been done a lot of times. Map's eye view? Not overplayed? Pretty good. You can see all the characters' faces. I like it. Jessica, Michael, right. So they split up and then are going to not split up. Lots of gunfights, lots of stormtrooper aim. Yeah. This run and jump, I think, could have been a little bit more interesting. Just in terms of, like, having him hang in the air a little bit more. You know? Because it was sort of just like a little blah. Little blah. The explosion through the window is pretty cool. Nice shaky cam on there and stuff like that. Lots of debris. I don't know. I was kind of hoping for... there's this scene in Hoseki no Kuni, which is... It's totally different, but... Kuni Diamond Run. I'm sure that I can find it as... Yep. Let me... Let me mute this so that I don't get copyrighted for it. Hopefully. And then let me show it to you. Where is it? Let me just let it play. By the way, if you haven't seen Hoseki no Kuni, Land of the Lustrous, you should do that. It's a good show. Yeah, there's that leap, but there's this leap in front of the moon that's also it's entirely CG animated and it's gorgeous. Okay. Yes, Diamond showing off. Here it comes. Okay, so she rounds this corner and then there's this leap. Yeah. This moment where she hangs in front of the moon. Like, yeah, there's more to the shot, right? You got the moon in the background and it's real cool and it's awesome, and then she drops out of it. The only thing that I would take from this and put into the banana fish thing would be the hang time. Because this, with all this setup for it, running to the thing and then getting the Converse off of the thing, I want more hang time. It still works. It's totally fine. So they're doing bad stuff. Not now. What's his reason for not now? Ash isn't here. Got it. So their purpose is probably revenge on Ash. And they get interrupted by Jessica leaving. And then Shing, his brother of sorts, is like going off to do a noble thing. Ash asked me to look after them. And we just get his face like, huh? I'm leaving the rest to you. Who are you going to put trust in? The guy who sees you as a tool or the guy who puts their trust in you? It's up to you, Lau. It's all up to you, buddy. And then Bones gets shot. Fuck. And then everybody's captured and Ash surrenders. Fuck. Not again. Oh yeah, this thing at 16 minutes, I should have looked at before I closed that. At 16 minutes-ish, there was a scene where Ash is in like the doorframe as people are attacking, and then bullet graze shatter wood thing appears on the doorframe, and it's kind of nice, because environmental destruction or environment damage to stuff during a fight, I like. It's good, it sells the atmosphere and stuff. Okay. Pretty good episode. Nothing super duper horrible has happened yet, but Ash has been recaptured again. And Dino is probably not going to be as lenient as he was before. Shit. Okay, we'll see how this plays out. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Banana Fish. I hope that you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And, as always, I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.